Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, it's me, April Love, here in Boston, wishing you a blessed time. Truly hope you have finding reasons to smile, laugh, enjoy life, appreciate everything and everyone around you. I am currently in a different part of the building because the security vehicle is out being fixed, so I have no vehicle to sit in and stay cool in. The security office has no AC, so I am not sitting in there for the next 8 hours. So I had to find a space in the building that I work in to that had AC. And thank you for that like. I appreciate it. Say hello if you can. Let's see if hopefully the chat is working properly. Um, but yeah, I've been somewhat out of commission the last few days. The heat in Boston and the humidity has been kicking my, you know, um, and I've been getting rest. Today I had issues sleeping, but for the most part I've been sleeping well up until yesterday or today or whatever it is. Um, So it's like I don't feel like I'm lacking sleep or losing any more sleep than I usually do. Say hello if you can, just so I know that the chat's working, even if that's all you say. But and I am doing my best to stay hydrated, but my house, even with fans and AC, is hot as anything. It's like I wake up, I go in the living room, and that morning fog just doesn't leave. Um, this past weekend was a little cooler, so I was able to try to do a little bit of workout. Like Saturday, I actually went out to visit with my cousin, and we went for almost a 2 3 mile walk in total. And then Sunday I did do some weights in the house, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday has been like my energy is completely drained. I've resorted back to eating crap because it's just too hot in my house to cook. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I know I'm basically complaining. It's just and it's frustrating for me because you all know that like I'm trying, like I want to do better. I want to take care of my health. And last week I was doing so good too. I mean, I wasn't working out, but food wise, I was doing good. I was eating fairly clean. I was eating light, but I was feeling satisfied. Not reaching for junk food. And yeah, I mean, even now, like I slept a good, my usual sleep schedule is when I get home, I go right to sleep. Maybe I'm up for an extra hour playing with my phone, but within an hour of getting home, I go to, I'm sleeping. I sleep for at least 6 hours, um, give or take. Um, and if I have to, I take another nap before I go to work. And that usually sustains me. If I'm really a little extra tired, I'll be here and I'll take a little nap or something. But, overall, I do okay. Um, but the last couple of days, it's like whether I'm at work, sitting in AC, sitting in heat. And that's the other thing. It's like on one, you deal with the heat, and the heat drains you. You get into a place that has AC, it relaxes you. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like in going in between hot and cold, like that messes with your energy too, because that's happened. Um, I hope the chat's working. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. So I don't know if the chat was working or not, but I mean, but again, today was the exception. I did go right to sleep when I got home, but I woke up at like 8:30, couldn't get myself back to sleep. Went and did my radio show, came home, ate something, and went to go lie down. And I lied down maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I slept all the way till 10. So I did sleep pretty much um, just about 5 hours before coming to work. And if you can see my eyes, you don't know how frustrating it is. And then on top of it, I've been overthinking a lot because of financial stuff. You know, I still got my car that I gotta figure out. I've been driving my car. Um, and at least the last couple of days, it hasn't been revving up like it was. But I know I need to get it fixed soon, or it's gonna crap the bed. And like I'm trying to figure out what to do. Like every time I try to sell paintings, nobody buys them. And this is one of the other reasons why I haven't live streamed. I don't want to be complaining. You know, I'm trying to stay, keep quiet and just let myself go through whatever emotions are happening. But yeah. Look, I started a video Saturday, a health and fitness video, but because I haven't, had energy the last 3 days, 4 days, I haven't recorded anything. I'm tired. I'm a little burnt out. This past weekend was my first weekend off. I don't even like talking about that. You know why? Because every time I do, I think about people like my cousin that work 7 days a week just to make ends meet. And I feel that, I know as soon as I say I worked, 2 weeks straight without time off, I know that I have no reason to complain. Because I work a regular schedule. It just happened to be the last month and a half I had, or the last 2 months, I had a little extra work that I had to do. And I'm blessed in a way because it gave me a little extra money, to save. And my big dilemma lately has been, to continue save, to pay off a bill with the money I saved, or fix my car with the money I saved. Because I have debt. I'm trying to get my husband here, and my situations. I talk about them all the time. And I know I need to change the mindset. I need to not focus or dwell on the negatives or what's in front of me, so to speak, and just continue focusing on the growth that in my ability to help people. And I know that there's a handful of you that do get value I know I'm putting out something of value. Um, I, uh, I mean, look, you can see it in I think you can see it in my eyes. When I got my glasses off, I can't see my own eyes in the camera. I gotta get a haircut. My hair's at that awkward stage that, like, no matter what I do with it, it just looks, you know, weird. I'm tired. And I don't usually stay up here, so I gotta get used to the noises, like the vents and everything kicking on and off. And, you know, chairs up here are not comfortable. Anyway, other than that, I'm doing great. But I do have to go to the bathroom. I wish I had a piece of paper to write "be right back" on. I wish I could write in the chat. They need to add that as a feature. Alright, I really gotta go to the bathroom. So, I'll be right back. I'll let you look at the glowing horses. I'll be right back. I don't know if anybody else came in, but I gotta do something about this energy though. And I don't know for sure, but I think I might have developed asthma. Because, I mean, it could be because of the heat. And you know, I've talked about like the nasal drip or whatever that I have. Like, I constantly have the phlegm in my mouth. Um, if I'm taking, if I'm sleeping and I wake up, that thick phlegm that you get in, when you're getting over a cold or something. So I don't feel congested, but when I wake up, my mouth is filled with mucus. And this past week and a half, this past week or last week, I started doing a regimen of CBD oil when I go to sleep, and apple cider vinegar with water and a little bit of ground ginger um, in the when I wake up, and that's actually been helping. And I think I didn't do it today. I don't know why. I think I was just a little because I was just out of it, but I've been doing fairly good with that. Um, but again, it could be the heat too. But like I'm having trouble breathing, not just when I'm lying down, but yeah. All right. Anyway, I figured I'd jump on one to give me something to do, and two, kind of keep myself awake because I'm extremely bored right now. And if you wonder what's in my hand, I got a $5 scratch ticket, and I did double my money. Yay! I didn't win the million, but I did win something. So be grateful for the big and the small blessings. I gotta find a paper and a pen, because I want to write out my budget for the following week. Bored. I'm bored, I'm tired, frustrated. Alright, I think I'm just gonna end this. So I don't want to complain. And because I do have things to be grateful for. I'm trying not to beat myself up for not recording anything the last couple of days. Because as you know, I want to make a career out of this. I've already got part of my dream going. I just need the financial part to kick in. That's frustrating. I guess me showing you this is just me being transparent. Don't feel bad for me. Just know that, I'm in a little bit of a funk. Well, I want to give a shout out to a couple people before I end this. High Velocity Savage. The last live stream that I saw of yours, you know, can't wait to get to a point where I'm making something like that, doing what I love. Trying not to get emotional. J 1980. I want to thank you for all your kind words. You've gotten, like, you're one of those that have gotten the most value out of my content. You telling me that I helped you get out of your depression and I've inspired you. It means so much. I'm trying not to cry. Divine Tiffany. Makeup by Nicole. Crafts by Jen. I think that's the name. I know who you are, I just can't always remember the full screen name. With rents and everything going the way they are, and more than ever, I want to just be able to get my own house and not have to worry about subsidized rent. I want to help both my mother and, I know you've heard me talk about what I want to do to help others. One of the things I want to do, for my family, right, is I'd like to get 2 houses. One, which would be mine, the dream house. I can have my studio, I can have a meditation space, have a pool. But I would like to get a second, smaller home for my mother and my mother-in-law. Somewhere where there's public transportation. Because neither one of them drive. My mother can't drive anymore because of her eyes. My mother-in-law doesn't drive. And she's living up in New Hampshire with her daughter, with my sister-in-law. But where she lives, there's no transportation. And she wants to work. But she has to rely on, someone else driving her and getting her around. Now, I would have her stay down in my house, but we have, subsidized rent. And she stayed with us before for a short period of time, but she knows that we're struggling and she doesn't want to burden us, and I've offered her to stay in my room. When she does come to visit or stays, a couple nights, or when she stayed with us, we were sharing my room. She was sleeping in my bed. Luckily, I have a queen size bed, and I don't sleep the normal way on the bed. I sleep across. Don't ask me why. I just do. And, so there's plenty of space for us to have a comfortable amount of space away from each other to, not worry about hitting the other if we toss and turn or whatever. But, I would like to make life a little bit easier and more convenient for my mother and my mother-in-law. And as far as my husband, that situation. I really want to start the immigration process, but I am not doing it without a lawyer, especially with the state of immigration right now. I want to help my cousin with her immigration situation. You know, you don't know what I want for, what I want for a Jeep, for a vehicle. I'm gonna get everything. I know I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna get everything that I need and want for my family. And I am gonna reach my dreams of helping others as I grow. Again, it's frustrating just because you've watched. I start, getting motivated, and shortly after, I go back down. I get back up, I get back down. I would like to be able to go here and at least stay at one, elevated, even if it just plateaus, that's fine, at least for a little while. And I want to keep going up, but I feel like every time I have these energy issues, or I'm worried about my job, I'm worried about whatever, it takes me, more than 2 steps back. I take a step forward, and when the issues come up, I feel myself stepping, 5 steps back. And I hear so many of you, Dow Jules, I think that's how you pronounce it, my Jamaican friend. um, your kind words, they touch me as well when I come into your streams and you tell me that you watch, and those of you that, remind me or like let me know, revalidate that, that I'm gonna make it, that, something good's gonna come out of all of this. I mean, the best thing the best thing already has come out of this is being able to connect with beautiful people, knowing that I inspired them as, and as they tell me how I affected them, that motivates and inspires me to keep going. And that's why, like, even if I am a little burnt out, sometimes I still push myself, because when I stop and think about it, right, I know we all need rest and we need to really, take care of ourselves. But when I think about what I do for this job, I come in sick, I come in low energy like I am tonight, I'll come in depressed, I'll come in, feeling very ungrateful, feeling very detached, feeling extremely lost. All the negative stuff that we deal with in life, I still come to work. And I'll still do those 14 days in a row, those those non-stop weeks. And I'll do double shifts, and I'll do whatever. And I need to apply that to my dream. And I don't do that enough. I know I don't do that enough. Sometimes I do. Sometimes you'll see I'll record and I'll let you know I'm not feeling well, like tonight, and I keep it transparent. But like the last 3 days, I didn't record much. I didn't live stream. Barely watched anybody's videos. I watched a handful of videos. I've been sleeping most of the last couple of days. It could be a mixture of just my energy. It could be depression. It could be my thyroid. It could be it could just me being in my head too much and letting that win. You know, I don't know what it is. I just know I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I want this to be my main focus. I want the money. I want money. I want this to this to be profitable enough for me to not worry about my job. And I've thought about that a lot, right? I want to believe that even when I get to the point that I can choose whether to continue to work or not, or say I win the lottery, would I continue to work? And at least for where I work now, as much as I would want to get off the overnights, that is scary each time it does that. That's the vent. Even if I were, like, say, to win the lottery, or I start making, enough to choose to quit my job or not look for another job. There's a part of me that, at least with this job, that even if I won the lottery or I started making YouTube money or Instagram money or whatever the case may be, that that I would, hold off and continue to work, maybe not as much. I would actually take vacations, or I would actually go, visit my husband more, and when this place finally closed for good, that's when I would quit, or I would, instead of giving a 2 weeks notice, I would actually, like, at least work out the year as an appreciation to my boss, he does his best to look out for me. You know, he gives me the overtime when there is overtime, because he knows I could use it. He knows I'm someone that he can rely on. He's helped me out a few times, work-wise. So, like, to show my love and show my appreciation for that, I would stay on, a little bit long, at least until the end of the year, or, for a couple months or whatever, you know. But anyway. I really want things to work out. I was gonna end it. I'm still thinking of ending it. What time is it? Actually, still charging. Nice. Anyway, anyone that actually comes in and watches this to the end, thank you. Appreciate it. I was doing so good. That's the other reason why I get frustrated. It's because I was doing so good. My minutes were going up, my hours were going up, and because I haven't recorded anything the last couple of days, guaranteed, then they're slowly gonna start going down. I really want. I need this to work out. I need this to work out. I need money coming in. I need to fix my car. I need to get my husband here. I need to pay down debt. I need to help my mother-in-law. Forget everything else I want to do as far as helping everybody else. Like, on a personal level, I need things to work out. I'm blessed in so many ways. I have a roof over my head. I do have money coming in from my job. I do. I can afford to buy food. I can afford to do many other things. I am grateful for everything I have. Anyone else that's out there dealing with finances, personal stuff, relationships, whatever you're dealing with, I pray that your prayers are answered, that things get better. Although I'm a little frustrated right now and a little, overtired mentally and physically and everything else. I know it will all work out for all of us. Stay strong. Don't give up. Just take one step at a time. Take one breath at a time. With that, I'm going to end this. Thank you for coming in. Thank you if you made it to the end of this. If you made it to the end of this, in the comments, put hashtag not giving up. And I'll know you watched this to the end. Love you. As always, like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. I'll see you next time. Much love. Peace.